Welcome to Bone Chills.
Tonight we'll be taking a look at the sequel to An American Werewolf in London. But this time it's Paris, so it's called American Werewolf in Paris. Well, at least they didn't say An American Werewolf 2 in Paris. Anyways, our story begins with a guy named Andy, who has a crazy meet-cute story with a mysterious woman named Seraphine. He goes off to find her, but his life is turned upside down when he finds out that she's actually part of a pack of werewolves. I didn't know what to expect when going in, but now that I've seen it, I can say that it's a bloody mess. First problem is that we got CGI werewolves, which do not hold up at all. They're not even scary, they just come off as very cartoony. These things have more in common with the monsters from the live-action Scooby-Doo movie. There are some practical effects, but they're not as top-notch as the first. This really shouldn't even be considered a sequel since it doesn't have any real connection to the original. There's even a plot line that has to do with the werewolf cure. And guess what? It doesn't go anywhere. It could have been left out of the movie, and it wouldn't have made a difference.
Thierry tried to keep me below the transformation threshold by injecting me with a depressant.
It tries too hard to be like the original, by being lighthearted, but then it comes off as a slapstick comedy. Realistically speaking, he would be dead. Just saying. The comedy of the original came from the characters' natural reactions to the scenarios they found themselves in.
Has it occurred to you that it might be unsettling to see you rise from the grave to visit me?
This movie does the opposite, and forces the comedy by trying to create funny scenarios for the characters. And he even goes through the same dilemma as David, when he starts talking to the ghosts of the people he murdered. But London handled these scenes by being both dark and awkwardly humorous. Instead, Paris throws this out the window and attempts to go for straight laughs.
You really know how to show a girl a good time, don't you?
And the jokes just come off as flat.
You mean you knew this all along? Oh.
The characters, unfortunately, are pretty one-note and boring. Andy's your typical awkward underdog.
She's coming. Here, be prepared. Oh, wait, come on, Chris, it's our first date. What are you, a nun?
And Seraphine is your mysterious damsel in distress.
Fego, it's nothing to do with you. No one can help me.
And that's pretty much it. As for Andy's friends, there's not much to say about them either. I really could care less about who lived or died in this movie. I say again, don't look at this as a sequel to the original because it's not. It shouldn't even be called An American Werewolf. In the end, stick to the classic. But if you really want to watch this one for curiosity's sake, don't say I didn't warn you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, American Werewolf in London. An unexpected classic. Funny, bloody, and damn right terrifying. Number 2, much like the poster, half-assed. Terrible. Why did you even think of trying? It doesn't work that way. Well, guys, that's it for today. But join us tomorrow as we take a look at our next vampire franchise. And this one, I think gets a little bit wild, but then again, wild just doesn't cover it.